Hey guys, I'm Clint Flairwoo, and welcome back to another Division 2 build video. And today I'm bringing you my flame turret from Hell build, which I gave a sneak peek last night. So take a look at the video if you wish. There's some gameplay there. I'm going to show you a little bit of demonstration in the shooting range at the end of this video, but I'm going to go through the build step by step and show you how real good this build can be in PVE. Don't use this in PvP. It's not intended for PvP or against other players. This is for PVE and having that great crowd control against elite bar NPCs. Let's take a look at the build. Okay guys, here goes. I am rolling with the survivalist specialization, which I feel marries itself very well to the build itself. I am rolling with 5 offensive stats, 1 defensive stat and 15 utility. You can see my armor at 171, 378 is low. You can see my health at 27,000 is also low. That means I'm squishy. So I'm running a very squishy build here. Skill power is a little bit OTT at 3,200, but I want to give as much as I can to skill power to showcase what having 3,000 skill power can do and do for your build. Now, we'll start from the mask. The mask, I'm rolling with ongoing directive gear set. I'm rolling with 3-piece. Why is that? That's because that gives me 20% weapon handling and also gives me 25% burn damage, which is the creme de la creme on the build. That's what I need to reach the DPS I can output from the turret on this particular build. So burn damage is critical to the build. So make sure if you're going to try and copy this or mimic it in any way, roll with burn damage. 3-piece ongoing directive. Now in terms of the attributes, it's cooldown reduction, skill power. The mod slot is skill power with burn damage. And the chest piece, again, is ongoing directive. And the attributes, skill power, weapon damage, XP, weak point kills. The mods are skill power with burn damage, increased shock duration, skill power with turret skill power, hive skill power, and the defensive mod slot is armor, armor on kill, and 3% total armor. Onto the holster. Again, it's the last piece of ongoing directive. The attributes are skill power, and you guessed it, cooldown reduction. The utility system mod is skill power, increased shock duration, increased kill XP, and skill power, increased burn duration, and bleed damage. Now I go to the first piece of the high ends. It's a Providence Defense knee pad. That gives me 10% skill power. The major attribute, again, is skill power, and a talent capacitive. And why I've chosen capacitive is I want the turret to burn as long as possible to give me as much damage to my opponents. So this, in all fairness, is a good talent to have on the build. This is why I've chosen it, because I want it to last as long as possible. The offensive mod slot is weapon damage and optimal range. We take a look at the gloves. It's the Albert Summit on gloves. Why I'm rolling this is because of A, the cooldown reduction, and B, the skill power. Definitely needed to boost it up as much as you can. The major attribute is assault rifle damage. I do want to shoot fairly hard with this build, and given I have this, that's going to give me that 11% weapon damage, which is perfect for the build. Talents, Terminate. This is a go-to must-have talent on the build to get that extra bit of skill damage. So depleting an enemy's armor grants plus 35% skill damage for 15 seconds. Kills will refresh this. This is a constant on. As soon as you're in cover, you pop your turret, happy days, you are burning like no tomorrow. You will get an extra 35% skill damage. This talent is OP on a skill build. It doesn't have to be a flame turret. It could be Seekers for the extra whack of damage. But I've opted for the flame turret to show you what the flame turret can do. And a lot of people underuse the flame turret. However, the incinerator turret does have its uses. And on this particular build, it works perfectly. Defensive mod slot is weapon damage, headshot damage, and optimal range. And then the backpack, yes, it's the Summit Armor backpack. Again, I get the cooldown reduction, skill power. The attributes, yes, you guessed it, skill power, cooldown reduction. Talents, tech support, key to the build. Kills by active skills grant plus 25% skill damage for 10 seconds. Wowzers, that's more damage. Destructive, it's decent. However, I perhaps prefer vital or hardened to make me a little bit more tanky. So in a minute, I'm like a paper, just breezing through the air. I get a knock and I will go down. That's why I've chosen in terms of my skills, a drone, fix a drone to keep me alive as long as possible. All the mods. Mods are skill power with increased confuse duration and weapon damage with damage to armor. The weapons, and these synergize perfectly to the build. First thing first, the military P416. It has the talent Ignited, deal plus 20% weapon damage to burning enemies. Key talent to make sure you are rinsing through enemies' armor, rinsing through them once they're on fire, and you will get a lot of NPCs on fire because the incinerator turret is at this level really strong. Allegro for the rate of fire, which again is not nice on the build, and stop, drop and roll. While equipped, rolling removes burning, bleed, poison status effects, can occur once every 60 seconds. And the mods, accuracy, rounds, critical chance, and I believe damage to elites. Cool. Secondary weapon is my skill power assault rifle. I love this weapon. It's got the exact talents I want on it, and again it synergizes perfectly to the build. So military G36 Talents perpetuation. Kills grant plus 5% skill duration, ammo and charges to the next skill used. Max stack is 10. So simple kills, that will give me 1 kill 5%. If I kill 3 or 4 enemies in that time, that's 15-20% extra skill duration on the turret or on the fixer drone. It's a win-win for me, and this is why I really like this talent. Allegro for rate of fire and rooted. While equipped and in cover, all skill damage and healing is increased by 25% for 10 seconds. Buff is lost when exiting cover, can occur once per 25 seconds. Key talent, it's awesome on the build. Test it, it works a treat. And again, I'm going to get extra skill damage 25% or healing by 25%. That means it's going to be very hard to take you down. It's going to be very difficult for NPCs to cause some damage, because once that drone's going, it's going to be healing you more than the damage again. It's really strong. Mods, accuracy, rounds, critic chance, damage to elites. And then the sidearm is a 93R with perpetuation, with accuracy and in rhythm. While equipped, enemy kills have a 5% chance to refresh. Active skill cooldowns can occur once every 60 seconds. The mods, optimal range and critical hit chance. What also be is a good talent on the build is recharged. I believe I have that somewhere hiding away. This one here. While equipped, skills deployed full armor have plus 25% duration, charging ammo. This is a very good talent to use as well, and a good option. You don't have to have it as your primary weapon, have it as your secondary, and as long as it's there in slot, you will get this buff. So this is a good talent to have as well. So if you're looking for talents, this is a good one, as well as Spike. Headshot kills grant plus 35% skill damage for 20 seconds. Again, really good talents to use. Okay, we'll take a look at the skills now. Skill variants. First thing first is the drone. And the fixed drone, I'm loving this. It's got a cooldown of 52 seconds, and we all know you dismantle it in that time. That's going to be 26 seconds. However, I will show you to get it down even further. Health 126k, duration 216 seconds, and the healing points of 18,331. It is very strong on this build. Cooldown reduction, armor repair, and more armor repair. So that's 45% armor repair on the turret, on the drone, and that's going to give me a nice sexy whack of healing. It is that good. And then what the build's all about is the incinerator turret and the cooldown of 23.1 seconds. And again, well, we can get that down to 12. No, we'll get that even further down. The duration 144 seconds. The health of 126,000. Damage. This is base damage, guys. Base 10,216. That's base damage. Range 15 meters, and the mods 29.2% damage, 18.8% cooldown reduction, and another 8.8% cooldown reduction. We'll go for the stats. Again, these are all the gear and weapon talents. Let's take a look at the weapon damage. 5% critic chance, 25% critic damage, 56% headshot damage. Defensive stats, 13% all weapon damage, 26% assault rifle damage. But again, due to the buffs that you will get on the build, don't worry too much about those. There's the defensive stats. As I said, you are squishy, very, very squishy. So make sure if you're going to run this, if you're not running with a healing device, or be a drone or a hive or whatever chem launcher, just make sure that you're in a position where you're in cover. You know, if you're running with a drone, you'll be in a good place to do some run and gun because of how strong the drone is. Skill power 3,200, skill cooldown reduction 53%. The cap is 60. Don't overinvest and go over and above that. 53% is an awesome place to be. So that's what you need to be looking at. Now let's take a look at the turret in action. You see elite enemy there. We'll just drop the turret. Let's see the burn. So that goes up to, see, 12. Easily on 12 damage there. That me down. Drop him again. So he goes up to 14k damage, which is awesome. It is that good. Now let's pop it. Let's see the cooldown. 5 seconds. Let's pop the drone. How good's the drone? Let's just pop it. 17 seconds. Again, finally with the turret, just to show. 6 seconds. Guys, this build is very, very strong for PvE. Don't use it in PvP, there's no point, because you are super squishy. But in PvE, you are a powerhouse. It's that good. So definitely give this a whirl in PvE, and you'll see the damage you'll be inflicting on elite bar, ruby named enemies, you name it. This is an awesome build. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like. If you want to see more Division 2 content, smash the sub button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.